The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. As we start the show at this time almost every day.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
We find ourselves up 3 points on the S&P 500. The Dow up 104, the NASDAQ down 26, and the Russell off 7. Crude oil's flat at 56.44. The big mover out today has been the U.S. dollar, trading almost 97. What was it, 97.05? Not that long ago. Took a header off the deep end at about 8:30. And down to about 96.36 right now on the December contract. So off about 0.5%. Really quick move, but what is that? 3-4 bars. So in about an hour, this thing really tanked, but didn't do a great deal to the rest of the market. It seems to me like a lot of these things are coming unconnected, and even the TLT, man, did it hang around those lows for a long time. It looks like it's up and out of there. 114.73 on the TLT, and it kind of, I think we're starting to see the belief, at least in the market, right or wrong, that Mr. Powell at the FOMC probably has gotten the idea now that if he continues at the rate that he's going, he will kill the goose that laid the golden egg. Kind of said so, kind of took a day to filter through. Everybody was waiting to see if he reneged on that a day later after everybody said what they thought he said he was saying. And, well, without it, we're starting to see a little bit of thought that maybe they won't do the 4 rate hikes next year. Of course, we've got one scheduled for December. Everybody thinks that's kind of baked in. The question is, well, will they drop to 2 next year, or just say, you know what, we're off for a little while until we see the inflation either start picking back up and or we start seeing, you know, some signs that we're having some real problems. Certainly the housing market looks like it's thinking, it's hoping, it's praying that maybe the worst is over in the short term, and they're going to slow down these rate hikes to some level. Anyway, probably one of the reasons why the dollar is down, a little bit of that has to do with the Draghi making comments out this morning. But for a market that when you walked in the door to this morning, or got up when I did, which was about 4:30 or 5, you could have figured out this thing could have closed down 50 points on the S&P cash today, but it didn't. And we continue to have vapor thin markets in the futures. And that's always a little disconcerting, except guess what? Instead of being able to blow this market out at any one time, which certainly if someone wanted to come by and put the big fickle finger of fate and put the big finger trade on, you could get something going on, but no one's done it. Everybody's kind of backed away. Pushes lower have been reversed. And I suspect that we not only have Powell looking in the rearview mirror, but we also have tax selling for the year that has gotten to the point where it's abated. So we'll look at all these things and look at some charts today. You can always give me a call at 877-927-6648. It's also everybody's favorite day, 3:30. We're going to be talking with Tom O'Brien about technology. I've got some really good things to talk about today about what's going on. And moral ambiguity. I think that may be the title of today's 3:30 Tech Insider segment. But we'll go on. Anyway, as we look at the rest out there, of course, the dollar is still hovering pretty close to those lows. And really don't get much of anything going on into next week. NVIDIA came out with numbers. I think that there are probably going to be some lawsuits because they could have easily pre-warned and did not. The level that they came up short seems like they could have easily done that. And when I was thinking that they may just come in flat, and that would have been enough for the market. We saw the reaction with them actually being down 38, 39 bucks, which is 19% as we start the show at 163.53. Now, their comments last night kind of fall in exactly what we're talking about, and that is that the monstrous amount of people selling video cards that were out there doing crypto mining has flooded the market with cheap, high capacity cards or high value cards, and people are, at least this quarter, and they think maybe into next quarter, going to continue to buy those. Sales are fairly good on Newegg.com, which is probably the premier place to buy computer components. And I've seen a few. I just thought that most of it was priced in. I didn't have a specific play. We bought the SMHs kind of early yesterday morning in the newsletter. And again, they're actually, I got to think that we're probably higher than when we bought them yesterday. But they're just off $2, which seems probably one of the biggest sections of that. Now, of course, on the other side, you've got Apple pushing up higher. It almost got to 195 today, which I thought they would pin it at. We did see some heavy selling come in and heavy shorting on Apple right at that 195. We'll see what goes on. We've got almost 2 hours left till the end of the day, and this is one of the options expiration days where we have had a big tug of war, at least up into the last half hour. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, Dow's up almost 100 points. S&P's up 1. We're kind of on the very low end of the expiration curve, but given all the bad news, it could be a whole lot worse. Question is, how awful is NVIDIA's outlook? For retail sales, cards that cost less than $1,000, that's really where they got hurt. The cards that they're selling now for $1,000 or $1,200, which are kind of the top end of the gaming business, people are still buying. It was those people that were buying the $500 and $400 cards that are now buying all these used, much more capable cards that were in Bitcoin mining. And that's flooded the market. And that seems to continue on from them. But yeah, it was pretty bad. We'll be back in a minute.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
And we're up 1 on the S&P. NASDAQ's down 33. Dow's up 75. And we got a few things going on out here, but volatility's kind of come down. I suspect that it will continue down all the way into the end of the year now. I think, today was a day that they could have easily pounded on this market. They did for a little bit, but I've seen a lot more buying. We also saw a big change going into the close yesterday, and that was buying instead of selling that we've seen a great deal. I would love to see the liquidity come back in the market. That may be too much to ask until next year. I think it's going to take a little while, and maybe it's just these machines have gotten so good that no one wants to be anywhere close to a bid or an ask price lest they get what they want. Got other things going on out here. Gold's up $7, 12.22. As long as it continues to trade in this narrow range, I don't think that at least my trading methods have a edge in this. You did hold 1200, and you continually reject whatever it is, 1240. Generally, my modus operandi is to short or to fade the side that it breaks out of significantly first. But it's generally about 80% of the time is to fade the first breakout. So if you got a huge breakdown on Monday, then you would look at seeing whether or not you could buy it or not. And if you got a huge breakout, you would worry about this thing kind of coming back. I think as you get basically or close to lower highs and lower lows, it isn't an easy thing to pick which side to be on. I'm going to adopt the Mr. Miyagi theory, and that is best way to avoid fight is not be there. I will wait until everybody's black and blue, and it finally picks a direction. What else do we have out here? We had a question about vanadium, which is a metal. And my response to this overall so far, I don't see anything where they're going to be using tons of vanadium for batteries. But I do see huge amounts of advertising and paid and non-paid, but probably actually paid in the background articles, which always makes me show some red flags. We saw that in Cobalt. They were able to run that up. They're now trying to, I think, pull the same kind of scam now in Vanadium. But I don't see that much in the actual articles about Vanadium really changing the amount of power a battery can have. I've seen a few articles, but nothing that really looks like Panasonic or Tesla or anybody's going to go after it. It's an interesting metal. It can have 6 or 7 different colors, if I remember my chemistry correct. It can oxidize through a whole bunch of different colors: orange, blue, purple, green, yellow. I think it starts off as yellow, and as you add more oxygen, it'll go through all those different colors. So it's kind of cool. I haven't heard the big from anybody serious, other than these people pushing what sounds to me like yet another scam to get people going. But we'll see. Maybe there is something to it. I just haven't seen anything that, and just the ads. When you have to run sponsored ads to get people to buy whatever you've got, it's kind of like gold. When you really got to advertise the living daylights out of it, I don't know if I want to buy it. If everybody's wanting to buy it, that's kind. But if you got to run an ad to make them buy it, it always kind of smells a little fishy to me. Give me yeah, rare earths, big reset, all same sand. Okay, run for your lives. Okay. What else do we have going on out here? Oh, we got to do our little history, and then we'll get on with the rest of the day.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1907, Indian Territory and the Oklahoma Territory collectively entered the United States as Oklahoma, the 46th state. Man, 1907. We haven't really been around that long, have we? Oklahoma's name is derived from the Choctaw Indian words, Okla meaning people and Huma meaning red. Has a history of human occupation dating back 15,000 years, where they found skeletons of tribes. First independent Europeans to visit the region were Spanish explorers in the 16th century, and in the 18th century, the Spanish and the French struggled for control of the territory. The United States acquired Oklahoma from France in 1803 as part of the Louisiana Purchase. And of course, what was the question I was going to ask today? Oh, that's all based on the 15,000 years is all based on carbon-14 dating. And why? I'm going to ask a question. Maybe someone knows the answer to it. I'll give it to you on the other side of the commercial if we don't get an answer to it by somebody else. But why can't carbon dating be used prior to 1945? Maybe someone's got an answer to that, but I will bring it up in the next segment. Other things going on in the market today, Boeing has been down. Looks like there's more to the story of their pitot tubes. For people who don't know, pitot tubes are a way of measuring the airflow across the airframe and the relative airflow across the airframe. And there apparently were some kind of subroutines that they didn't tell any of the pilots about. The problem with flying fly-by-wire planes, which are, there are no connections between what the pilots push and touch and the actual machines, including the engines or the rudders or the ailerons. Fly-by-wire means the computer actually interprets the movement of everything you touch and then tells it what to do. So there's always an interpreter between it. One of the big Air France crashes, what was it? Has it been 10? I think it's been 10 years ago in an Airbus, was when they had painted the airplane and put tape all over it, masking tape, and forgot to take the masking tape off, and it also washed the plane off. The water got in behind the masking tape and froze as the plane ascended. And eventually, at one point, it would no longer move. It just flew the plane high until it stalled and then crashed. A lot of people thinking that Lion Air was a very similar thing with these pitot tubes and angle of attack tubes that tell the plane how it's flying relative to the wind going over its wings. But down fairly sharply today. Not the kind of volume you would think to blow out the lows, though. We're looking at less than 3 million shares going into the 7.5 million share October 29th low. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of the Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Carbon-14 dating doesn't work after 1945 because, well, we blew up about 1,000 atomic bombs. And that put enough background radiation to mask anything that died after 1945. So carbon-14 dating, pretty much done for the next 1,000 years. But if it died before 1945, still pretty good, still very predictable, but not useful anymore. So you have to do other things. Baker Hughes numbers came out at once at 1. Baker Hughes U.S. rig counts were up 1 to 1,082 rigs. It's up 1, of course, from last week. It's up 167 rigs from last year, count at 915 at this time. If you're looking and wondering why crude came down as fast as it did, a lot of people are pointing at a lot of other things. It's supply and demand. And a lot of people just kind of ignored the U.S. supply, I think, to their own peril. But what else can you say about it other than that? We'll go to back to the chart of Boeing. And it looks like, yeah, they probably did the exact same problem that the Airbus had, which was not instructing pilots well enough, at least in the Lion Air issue, about how these systems work and what you're supposed to do when one of the sensors doesn't work. Kind of down, has been down after they found out a couple more of these sensors failed and had been replaced. But no comment generally to more of the people that bought the plane, especially those people in the Lion airplane. Lion, L-I-O-N, not lion like somebody else lies. Anyway, give me a call, 877-927-6648, as we watch and basically come out in a day. Options, got an email here. Yeah, options last night still showed that we were probably somewhere between 27.45 and 27.75. We're on the low end of that. We did talk about Apple's options indication, and it certainly looked like 195. I thought that they would pin it there and that would be it for the day. It's been bouncing between 195 and 192.50, a little closer to 192.50. Generally, they'll try to push it to the closest strike price, but they'll make, I don't know, another $50 million, I think, if they can get it to 195 with Buffett owning a huge amount in Apple and also the biggest option market maker. It's not a big deal just to buy a few more shares on one Friday to make a little bit more money. Just gravy off the top. And of course, that goes to his option making, his option market making deal, which I don't know if it's directly funneled back into Berkshire Hathaway or not. Maybe that just goes into his pocket. It's hard to tell. Such a vast empire. Other things going on. And, you know, we had other ones out here losing. And of course, we'll play the loser horn for JWN. And these guys look like they got real problems. This is going to definitely end in a lawsuit. Not only a lawsuit, but what do we have it out here? We got, why isn't that there? I want the loser horn. I had the loser horn all set up. I don't know why I can't find it now. Let's try this. Why I can't find it? I must have accidentally deleted it. Anyway, you'll have to think. Oh, no, there is the losing horn. And this blew through. Now, Nordstrom is all about them holding back, apparently, the last quarter of returns on their credit cards, but putting it in this quarter. So they definitely did everything they could to get this thing back up during the last quarter by hook or crook. And there's a great quote, I'm trying to remember who said it, but all accounts have been either gently roasted or completely burnt. And books can always, at least for a quarter or two, be handled. But it doesn't look like Nordstrom actually did well over the previous 3 months, as they said in their earnings call last time. My guess is that there will be a huge amount of lawsuits back in here as they just kept all that cash on the books that for all the returns and made it look like they had a really good last quarter. This one, apparently they couldn't keep it up, or someone said that they were going to rat them out for doing it. It's unclear whether the CFO knew about this. But again, this is when you've got to sign for these things now, there is legal jeopardy. And if you talk to an attorney, he won't say they're going to throw you in jail. He'll tell you that, you know what, you might lose your liberty. Well, you know what? If they told me I was losing my liberty, I would probably be a little miffed. If they were going to tell me I was going to jail, I'd probably be really miffed. And maybe these guys don't know that you can actually go to jail for this stuff. Now, it'll be interesting to see how far this goes and whether or not there's an investigation launched in the Nordstroms. Maybe that guy playing the piano, maybe he came from the big house. What else do we have going on? We'll take a quick look at here. We're up 6 points on the S&P cash, down 15 on the NASDAQ. My guess is that NASDAQ does end up closing out a little bit, maybe 20, 25 points higher. That last 30 minutes is going to be quite a bit. We've got at least with my calculations, which I have to kind of estimate, we may have more people short than in the February of 2009, where everybody was just sure the entire country was going to hell in a handbasket. I'm going to have to look up where that came from. Hell in a handbasket. I'm sure that there's some great explanation on why that is a thing, but I don't know right now why. One of the other stocks that actually whiffed this morning has turned around in that semiconductor space, and why the SMHs themselves down just $1.75 today when they were down about almost $4 earlier in the day. Applied Material opened much lower and has gone back up to recent highs. That November 2nd high, $36.02. The November 8th high, $35.62. You're back up into those. Another 20 cents gets you in to that November 2nd high. And volume is good. People started coming in within about 15 to 20 minutes of the open on AMEC. We saw big buyers. I think they think the semis are getting ready to turn around. We'll be back in a minute.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're back up 5 on the S&P cash, 125 on the Dow. Nasdaq's now just off 16. Russell's down 5. Crude oil's flat. And, of course, gold up about 750. So what do we have going on? We had, I guess, some emails here during the break. Let's go ahead and check it. Hector says that hell in a handbasket came at the order of the Sons of Liberty. Thousands of our best prisoners were in Camp Douglas, must be during the Civil War, and once at liberty would send abolitionists to hell in a handbasket. Okay. But I wonder what that means. Again, apparently there's probably going to be some kind of meaning behind that. Let's go ahead and look at a few other ones as we get into the end of the day. I wanted to see how Akamai did. We brought this up as one of the ones that probably had come in to decent support, up on not much volume. But again, the entire market has had fairly light volume today. When we look at volume today, it actually picked up about 1 o'clock. We've got 5.2 billion shares, but we're still probably going to come in well below last Friday's high, which I think came in almost about 10 billion shares. So we're probably going to come in about 7.5 billion shares. Maybe at the high end 8, but it's certainly we are starting to taper down. Going into next week, we've got options rollover on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I will not be here, leaving for Turkey Day out of town. I will be back on that Monday after that, and we'll be here through the 21st of December. Then I go on vacation and back on the 7th of January after 2 weeks of sailing. So we'll see a lot. But from this point on, probably a lot of people are going to be shorting stocks. The market volume will continue to decrease. And generally, this time of seasonality, it is very hard to start pushing stocks down. Tax sellers are probably out of the way, and you get kind of a nice move up. Now, if you are bearish, the idea is normally to come back in on the first day or second day to find people horrifically selling the market, thinking that the first quarter will be down. At the same time, if you're bullish, that is also a time where it is not ill-advised that many people start what's going on and what's been strongest for the last quarter or last month of the year. And they start their bullish operations around that time. Until that time, generally, especially in heavily shorted markets as we have now, there's an old saying, and that is, don't be short a quiet market. And it's just probably going to get more quiet and quieter going on. I wanted to see what we had for UVXY. You had a high today at $60.40, trading at 54.71. It's very hard for me to see how a play in there that was longer than 3 hours would be more than anything problematic. The VIX is down $1 now. We're into that 18 range. My guess is that it certainly could come back down to the 15 and 14s by the first of the year. That also means that option plays can be a lot cheaper. But at that point, volatility is probably coming down, and puts and calls probably going to be expensive just based on the underlying movement of the broader stock market. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it, but I think we could get up to 27.45 before the close on the S&P cash. We'll also keep a close eye on it. We've got about another 15 minutes for Apple and whether or not they can get it up to that 195 and make some millions, put it that way. Okay. Yeah. No one wants to short Santa Claus lest you get coal in your stocking this year. We talked about Fibergen, FGEN. Wanted to see how that one did. A lot of these are up a little bit. We haven't really seen a lot out of them. This one's, I guess, actually flat. But again, we've come back into these things, and they are fairly low out here. They may take the rest of the year to base out. But if these things, especially a lot of people think, well, there's not much to do through Christmas. There really is, and that is to keep an eye on these, because if you're going to find the fastest horse out of the gate starting next year, it's already watching these stocks that are basing out and volume declining and people refusing to sell them at great levels of support. Generally a good indication that some of the big guys are just underneath these things, and every time they dip down a little bit, they're buying them. So look for stocks going sideways out there and bids underneath them. Always a good sign. What is this? MO. I wanted to take a look at this. Altria Group, of course, maybe a little bit of difference out here in some of these. And of course, going after menthol cigarettes, this thing's been a one-way trip lower after it gapped down with the FDA thing. I don't know if you can find a low in here. Chris is asking about it in the email. I mean, first, this thing, I would say 95% chance the next stop this hits is 553.21, that May 15th low. But I don't know if it stops there. If you continue on with the trends, I think that's about it. There are a lot of new regulations and laws going in for vaping, and that is going to also be problematic for these companies going forward. You always have to be aware of a major sea change in the business you're in, and that one, I think, you've got just about everything going against you. But who knows? We're going to look at pets. To HSY, Hershey's. Let's take a quick look at that. Okay. Well, you got a lighter volume going up against the October 24th high, that 109.52 high in Hershey's, 180. Let me put it, 1.8 million shares at 109.52. You spiked it today with 734,000 shares. So, yeah, is it strong? It's also up against massive resistance. So you probably don't have a lot of upside left in this. But if it could just go sideways and eat away at these highs for a while, that may be a good play into next year. I just can't see the impotence of everybody deciding to go long chocolate into Christmas. Maybe, I think he kind of already had that run. But since they wouldn't sell themselves, I think that's always put a lid on Hershey's. If they would be actively open to being bought out, maybe you could see higher prices. I think that's always going to keep the lid on the price of Hershey's. We'll be back in a minute.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
As we said, support in this area probably going to be very, very good, as many of these stocks have come back to their long-time support areas. We were looking at Pet Meds back to the May 8th of 2017 gap higher that had 5 million shares. That takes you back to maybe another buck lower, but 400,000 shares now. So 1/10 the volume, always a good sign when you can't find a lot of people willing to sell, and a high volume high. As I said, this is where you start separating the wheat from the chaff, but there are probably another couple hundred stocks that we could show that had come down to big signs of strength. Volume is kind of tapped out, not finding a lot more sellers at these levels, and I suspect that goes all the way in through Christmas. We've probably made our low separate any attack like, I don't know, Pearl Harbor or San Antonio, or something big. If the market right now really looks, and when I was watching today, does continue to show that we've hit these levels of support, and it's going to be a little tough. Some of these things have gotten a little bit farther in, like stamps.com, another one that's got a very long level of support, which I think went up on, 4 million shares, back with 250,000 shares today. So there are a lot of these things lining up on light volume. It may take a little while to get these things turned around. These things can hang on all the way through the end of the year, consolidate a little bit. We might have some very nice patterns. And, even if you just got the lower part of stamps right, the trading range could be 150 back up to 223. So keep an eye on those. Not going to turn around in a day. I will see you at the bottom of the next hour with Tom O'Brien. We got lots of very interesting things to talk about in technology, moral dilemmas, and that'll close up the end of the day. So when you can, not when you have to. See you Monday. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.